Hi, and welcome to the BNI chapter Zoom meeting that you are being a part of today. Thank you for being here. To all of our fellow members and our guests today, our visitors, we appreciate that. You are sitting in a chapter that belongs to the BNI Swankey region, BNI Southwest Ohio, Northern Kentucky, a region of over 1,000 members and one of the largest regions in the United States. My name is Steve Kane. I am a BNI member like everyone else that you see on the screen for the most part, and I'm also a director consultant for our region along with our team of about 9 or 10 others and 15 or 20 ambassadors, and I'm privileged to say that I am a director consultant and part of that team. So again, thank you for being here. Let's talk a little business. Wow, business can change in a hurry, can't it? Strange times we're in right now. Strange times. No one saw this thing coming 5 months ago, but it's just another one of those things along the way of how business can change quickly. Business can be like the clouds. You ever look up in the clouds and see a formation? Might look like a dog or, I don't know, George Washington's head. But in a matter of minutes, it's gone. You look back and it's gone. Well, business can change in the blink of an eye, as we've all found out. The key to business is preparation, practice. Prepare and have great practices. So you got invited today to a BNI meeting by a person, more than likely that's on that screen right now. And that means that that person thought a lot of you, thought enough of you. And the business that you have, the business that you represent, the way you do business, treat your customers, they thought enough of you to bring you into their room. So please take note of that, because that means that they're putting their name behind you, so pretty sure that you do a good job of what you do. But let's talk about that. You can take businesses like yours, like your profession, whatever it is, and you can generally divide them into 3 tiers. So let's talk about those tiers. The bottom tier are generally folks who do what you do, but they just merely exist. Maybe they've been around for so long, they just don't go after business. Maybe they're just waiting their time in the business world to retire. They don't seek business. They kind of wait for the phone to ring. They don't market. They don't use any kind of leverage whatsoever. We'll talk about leverage again shortly. But they just exist. And then you have your upper tier, your upper third, if you will. These are the folks who somewhere along the way, they became motivated. And they said, I want to get to the top of my profession. I want to be as good, if not better, at business and finding customers than anybody else who does what I do. So they've gone from being motivated, quite frankly, to being motivators. From being wanting to innovate to being innovators. They sought out ways to find the perfect customer rather than throwing the darts at a dartboard and hoping that they hit a customer and say, hey, you want to buy something? We do it a little different in Business Network International. Then you have your middle tier, your middle third, if you will. The middle third are generally businesses that are good at what they do. They've been around maybe for a while, could still be new and be very good at what they do, but they want to get to the top. They see that you have to prepare for the future. You have to make your way. You have to find your business instead of letting business find you. And generally, when I look at BNI, what I see are a lot of middle tier and upper tier business professionals. Those who want to get better and those who have already gotten better. We've got members in BNI who have been in BNI for well over 20 years. And they're extremely successful. And if you look at that screen that you're on today, and you see the majority of the people in that room, I'm going to tell you for the most part, they're in the upper tier now because they came into BNI searching for a way to get better at business, to find business, and they're successful at it. So along those lines, let's talk about that leverage that I mentioned, because that's what we do in Business Network International, in BNI. We use leverage. What does that mean? Well, as you know, leverage is a way to get more out of what you can possibly do on your own. You can't pick up a car on your own, but you can certainly use a jack and jack up a car. That's leverage. Well, in BNI, we use leverage to find customers. How? All of us, everybody has connections. We all know a lot of people. We might not think we know as many as we actually do. If I ask you, how many people do you think you know? You might tell me 100 or 200. I'm going to say you probably know 300 to 400. And if you think that number's high, one day just scroll at the bottom of your phone, go all the way down to the bottom of your contacts, and just see how many hundreds of people you have in there. You know a lot of people. So what we do is in BNI, we ask for connections. Hey, I'm looking for Jane Smith at XYZ company. Might someone in this chapter know that person? Because I want to talk with them about whatever it is I do. And then someone raises their hand, or someone sends you an email and says, you know what? I know that person. Let's talk and see if we can connect the two of you, see if there is a need for business. Not only is that a way to increase the odds of you closing business because it's referred versus a cold call, but it's also a time saver. You see, BNI is a time saver. Yes, we meet every week and we invest our time in BNI to do that, to see if we can help each other. But it actually saves time. If you needed to go out and create 60 new customers, just 5 a month in a year, how many hours would it take you on your own to create 60 new customers? Now think about it when you have a room of, say, 30 members, 20 members, whatever it is. And on average, they each know 200 to 300. I'll just say 200. So let's say you got a room of 30 and they all know 200 people. That's 6,000 connections. You need 1% of that in a year. So BNI is actually a time saver. It's for the people who want to do business the right way, who want to get referred business versus just cold calling, just throwing darts at the board. BNI is a way for you to get better at business as well, because we have training. We don't just say, hey, welcome to BNI and here you go. We don't work that way. I'm sure whenever it is that, whatever it is you do, whether you have an office or whether you're a tradesman, you probably didn't get hired and they just said, go do it. They trained you how to do your job. We do that in BNI. We train our members. We have constant education. We have lifelong learning. We have core values that we adhere to and code of ethics that we adhere to. We hold our members, our business professionals, to a higher standard. And those are the types of people that we are looking for in BNI. Because if folks will use core values to make their business a good business, if they will adhere to code of ethics, morally and ethically, they're going to be successful. And those are the types of people that we want to bring in. Those are the types of people that we want to refer to our fellow members, to our friends and family. Those are the types of professionals. So if you're in one of those levels where you want to get better at business, you want to be prepared for the future, you want to leverage connections, BNI is for you. We would love to have the opportunity to talk with you about that, and you're going to find out in another short video how that can happen. So along these lines, basically what we use is what's called a VCP principle. That's visibility plus credibility equals profitability. Visibility plus credibility equals profitability. In a nutshell, what that means is we're here. We're here on a weekly basis. We meet. As you build credibility by showing that you're committed to your chapter and they to you, now you've got credibility, and then that's when the referrals can come to you, and that's when the money comes as well. Our job today is to show you what BNI is. I hope you're enjoying your meeting. If you have any questions whatsoever, please reach out to the leadership. They will let you know how to contact them. Again, I'm Steve Kane, Director Consultant and a fellow member of BNI in the BNI Swankey region. I hope you have a great day. Please stay safe and be well.